One of the nation's few intact Victorian downtowns, complete with antique shops and restaurants. Drive through and you can't help but notice the splendid blend of richly developed commercial buildings and magnificent modern structures. Located just 20 miles east of Lexington, Clark County is nestled in the gentle rolling hills of Kentucky's world-renowned thoroughbred horse farms and the foothills of the Appalachian Mountains. Welcome to Daniel Boone Country. Welcome to Winchester, Kentucky. We start here at Winchester's 27th annual Daniel Boone Pioneer Festival, Winchester's biggest and busiest weekend of the year. It attracts an estimated 30,000 to 35,000 people every year. The festival includes various music, arts and crafts, a street dance, and lots of fun for the entire community. It's named after Daniel Boone, an important figure to Clark County, and a perfect way to start our story. Let's take a visit to Fort Boonesborough State Park and find out more about the town's history.
Fort Boonesborough was built 1775 by Daniel Boone and a group who came with him, cutting the trail up through Cumberland Gap and up to the location of Boonesborough here on the Kentucky River.
This is my favorite day of the year here. All these reenactors come at their own expense and their own time to put this on for us. It's one of the most significant 18th century sites in the whole United States. And if these settlers had not withstood this attack that lasted over 11 days, the shape of the United States would be completely different than it is today. We could be standing here speaking French or something else nobody knows. So what they did was really significant as far as the development and western expansion of the United States in the 18th century.
A replica of the original fort that was constructed by Daniel Boone in 1775, Fort Boonesborough allows visitors to get an insider's view of pioneer life in the 1700s. The fort is equipped with historical cabins, blockhouses, and furnishings, and gives visitors a unique opportunity to interact with local artisans and historical reenactors. Across the Kentucky River in Clark County, you'll find a fort from a different era. Located on the banks of the Kentucky River, the Civil War fort at Boonesborough was constructed in 1863 by the Union Army. The earthenworks fortification manned by African-American soldiers was designed to protect the ford and ferry at Boonesborough from raiding Confederate soldiers. Visitors are invited to embark on a self-guided walking tour and explore the history of Clark County while traveling the same road used by Union soldiers.
Daniel Boone may get the credit for discovering Clark County, but it was actually named after another frontiersman by the name of George Rogers Clark, American Revolutionary General and conqueror of the Old Northwest.
Main Street, listed on the National Register of Historic Places, is one of the few intact late 19th century commercial districts in the Commonwealth. With vibrant buildings bordered with unique architecture, downtown Winchester still remains active with community life. Quaint shopping boutiques and one-of-a-kind restaurants provide visitors with a unique experience complete with friendly faces and small-town hospitality. Main Street is home to Leeds Center for the Arts, a once popular movie theater constructed in 1925. The refurbished Art Deco Theater is host to a variety of performing arts and cultural events.
The Leeds was originally a movie theater in 1925, and then it developed into a performing arts center in the 1980s. And now we hold several performing arts here: theater, musical concerts, dance recitals, everything.
You know, you can tell a lot about a place by the people that you meet and how they talk about it. And I know it's growing, but it's still got that wonderful small town feel that I love so much. What more can you ask for? And I met a lot of neat people, so I love it here.
It was the vision of Mayor Dodd Dixon in 1999 to establish a museum dedicated to preserving and telling the history of Winchester. In 2004, Winchester witnessed the opening of the Bluegrass Heritage Museum in the former Grant Clinic, one of Winchester's first hospitals. Dr. Edward P. Grant purchased the building to continue the medical mission outreach began by his father in the late 1800s. The clinic served the poverty-stricken communities of rural eastern Kentucky, providing them and other local residents with distinguished professional health care for over 60 years. Built by former Governor James Clark, Holyrood is considered one of Winchester's most prestigious and prominent historic homes. Governor Clark, who constructed this magnificent home in 1814, was the 12th governor of Kentucky and an advocate for free public education. Named after Governor Clark's wife's Virginia plantation, Holyrood was best known as the home of true Kentucky hospitality. In 1928, the state of Kentucky erected a fine monument on the front lawn at the burial place of the former governor.
Thank you.
Thank you.
If you haven't had one of these before, you're probably not from Winchester, and you're definitely missing out. It's only the best soft drink made, and it's made, you guessed it, right here in Winchester.
Ale 81, the soft drink unique to Kentucky, has been bottled in Winchester since 1926. Still a closely guarded family secret, the Ale 81 formula was developed by G.L. Wainscott in the 1920s after experimentation with ginger-blended recipes he acquired during extensive travels in Northern Europe. He sponsored one of America's first Name That Product contests, and a late one was the winning entry. The drink's logo, Ale 81, was adapted as a pun of its description as the latest thing in soft drinks. It's curiously addictive. There are people in central Kentucky who guzzle it by the case. Ale 8 continues to be delivered in many areas of Kentucky as well as Indiana and Ohio. Clark County has historically been a strong agricultural community and even credited for introducing Kentucky's famous bluegrass seed to our state. Clark County has excelled in the production of shorthorn and longhorn cattle, sheep, turkey, hemp, bluegrass seed, and burley tobacco. Today, tobacco continues to be Clark County's largest cash crop, and beef cattle are the primary market for livestock. The future of agriculture in this community is bright. Our farmers are developing alternate farming methods and crops that will continue to keep farming a viable business. Situated on 240 acres of land on the banks of the Kentucky River, Lower Howards Creek was considered Clark County's first industrialized community. By 1820, the valley of Lower Howards Creek had become an industrial corridor with numerous mills, distilleries, and manufacturing operations. Martin's Mill and the associated John Martin House, two National Register-listed sites located within the wilderness gorge of Lower Howards Creek, are resources that can be used to interpret Kentucky's industrial history. Lower Howards Creek provides visitors with a unique opportunity to discover the past while enjoying some of Clark County's most beautiful flora and fauna on scenic nature trails.
We end our tour of Winchester here on Main Street, in front of one of the 5 globe lampposts that line its streets. It's become known as the Great White Way. We've taken you on a journey of Winchester and its many offerings, where the past meets the present and the present heads to the future. This is Winchester, Kentucky. We look forward to seeing you soon.